How's it going, guys? Cole here, North Coast Constrictors. So I just want to do an update, a quick video on a clutch of eggs that we hatched 2 weeks ago. The sire was a super pastel exentic yellow belly, exentic VPR line. The mother was a pastel 100% het exentic. So I'm going to try and go through all these things quickly. It was a massive clutch, 12 eggs. I thought we hit 11 of the exentic gene out of the 12 eggs, which would have been massive, but it was actually 9. So we got 9 exentics with other genes, pastel, super pastel, yellow belly, some without, some with. And then we got 300% het exentics, one of them just being a pastel het exentic and the other two being two pastel, super pastel exentics, and one of them is yellow belly, we think. Okay, so I don't want to say we'll start off from worst to best because I think they're all beautiful. Okay, but we're going to pull out just the it's been 2 weeks almost now, and they've had their first meal, they've had their first shed, and what we're looking at here is a pastel het exentic VPR hatchling, and looking great. So let me try and go through these quite quickly. Now, I want to point out that even though these ones that I'm going to pull out now are not visual exentics, but they're super pastel, possible yellow belly, we still undecided. There's a 50-50 chance. And even though they're not visual exentic, but they're super pastel and possible yellow belly, they are stunning. They are beautiful, okay? I don't care if they're not visual exentic. All right. So I'm gonna pull them out and I'm gonna show you what we got here. I'm gonna start off with this one here if I don't get nipped. Okay, and you'll see what I mean because you've just seen what a pastel exentic looks like. Okay, now this is a pastel, a het exentic. Now this is also a het exentic, but it's a super pastel. But now look at those colors. Now we're waiting for maybe 2 or 3 sheds before we can decide whether it's got yellow belly or not. I've taken lots of videos. This is just the one, but look at those colors. It is just one of the most beautiful snakes, even if it didn't hit the exentic gene. I love it. I love those grays and then the black outlining around there, and then I love that yellow blushing. I think it's stunning. In fact, I think it looks almost better. Here's the other one. Okay, that isn't a visual exentic. But look at that. Super pastel, 100% het exentic, possible yellow belly. We don't know yet. If you guys, the more experienced breeders, if you're watching this video, and you can see if it's got yellow belly or not in it. The male is a yellow belly. The sire is a super pastel yellow belly exentic VPR. I know you can usually tell by the belly. Okay, but you know I've shown top breeders in South Africa this snake, and very respected high breeders overseas, and they're going, Cole, we can't tell if it's got yellow belly or not. But just look at that for a het exentic, pastel, super pastel het exentic, and maybe yellow belly. I think I'll be keeping them back. All right, so now let's move on to the others now, which are exentics, pastel exentics. Everything's pastel or super pastel. Okay, here's one. Now this is just a pastel exentic. Some of them have got yellow belly, some don't. I can't remember. I have to go. I'm just waiting for them to go. I have ID'd them, but I haven't labeled them because what we're doing is I've only had one shed. I've taken one meal, and we're gonna wait and we're gonna see. So okay, so that's a little female. Those there are two the het exentic, pastel het exentic is a male, and the other 2 super pastel het exentics are females. Okay, here is another Very snappy. This is a female, also a pastel exantic. I'd like to think they all have yellow belly in them, but you know, theoretically. Oof, and we've got a striking position. Look at that. Okay, so yep, let's try and move pretty quickly through this because we've got 12 snakes to go through. Here's another one. Another pastel exantic. Maybe yellow belly, maybe not. Okay, we're gonna see. We'll wait until we have about 3 sheds and then we'll see. Okay. All right. They are all doing very, very well. All of them. Okay. Now we're gonna move up to the last of the pastel exantics. Okay. Stunning, beautiful. Look at that. Look at that snake. Maybe it's got yellow belly, maybe it doesn't. Because I know, I mean, theoretically you should only have 50% of the clutch getting the yellow belly. And we've still got another 5 snakes to go, and they're all super pastel exantics and yellow belly. So, yeah, what are the odds? But look at those colors. Look at that. I just love those dark blacks and pastel and exantic together, and with yellow belly. Just that snake is going to stay. All of these snakes are not going to brown out, except for the het exantics. All the pastel het exantics, all the pastel and super pastel exantics, those are going to stay black. Right, so now we're moving on to the first of the super pastel exantics. Okay. I know you guys can see like a slight yellow tinge there, just kind of the light. It's actually a bit more white. It's not really yellow, but anyway. So this is one of the super pastel exantics. I know we've got yellow belly. I'm just, you know, my other friends that are more experienced breeders than me already pointed out to me which ones are the yellow bellies, super pastel yellow belly exantic. I think that first one is, look at that. Stunning, stunning, stunning. All had a first shed, all taken a first meal, and they all ate. They all ate. 3 more snakes to go, 3 more snakes to go. And stunners as well. Oh, my sweetheart, come here. Don't get scared, don't get scared. Look at that. Look at the state of that hatchling. I mean, come on. Come on. I was gonna hold back every single one of these females, but I promised a friend of mine and a client that's bought snakes from me before a super pastel yellow belly exantic, and I have to stay true to my word. If I hadn't made the promise, I'd be keeping, and these are all females. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, you are beautiful. These are going into a very special project. All of these females. And I'm going to tell you what that project is. Come. Don't bite. And this is the last of the super pastel exantics, yellow belly. Some of those had yellow belly, some of those didn't. Okay, but I think 4 out of the super pastels, 4 out of the 5 had yellow belly. Okay, so those are the 12 hatchlings, guys, that hatched out 2 weeks ago. They've all had their first shed. They've all had their first meal. So I'm going to tell you where those guys are going. They are going into the pastel, super pastel or super pastel, depending, Desert Ghost exantic project. That's what those are going for. That is one of my future projects. That it's high-end stuff, it really is. And we, just to give you an example, a pastel exantic Desert Ghost in America is going for $20,000 right now. $20,000. That's what, not a super pastel or a super pastel yellow belly exantic desert ghost. Just a pastel exantic desert ghost is going male. I think it's 66% head pard, poss head pard, but it's going for $20,000. Okay, so those snakes there, the bulk of them, I think I'm only selling about 3 out of the 12, 3 or 4. The rest are staying back. They're going straight into the Desert Ghost project. Okay, straight to them. All the females are all getting paired to Desert Ghost males. It's many, many years in the making. It's going to be a long project. The males will go with the correct females. The females will go with the correct males. But the ultimate end goal there is to produce super pastel, yellow belly, Desert Ghost exantic. That is what I'm going for there. It's not a secret. I'm telling you that because, well, that's what I'm going to do. With that. On that note, I'm glad, well, I hope you liked the video. And if you did, I'm glad. I have got a freshly hatched clutch of eggs in the incubator behind the camera. It was the Dreamsicle project. All of the babies except for one is out the egg. We got 6 eggs. We didn't hit any dreamsicles, unfortunately, because the mother was a 66% poss het lavender albino, 50% poss het pard. The father, however, the sire, was a visual dreamsicle lavender albino pard. However, out of the 6 eggs, we got 5 visual lavender albino 100% het pards and 1 100% double het lavender albino pard. So 5 out of 6 eggs we got a visual lavender albinos, which was those are incredible odds. And we have another clutch in the incubator. Also, the sire is a dreamsicle male, visual dreamsicle male. The dame is almost identical to the female that laid that clutch of eggs. Same genetics except one extra genetic, blade. And she gave 1 extra egg. She had 7 eggs, and we're hoping that we hit the Dreamsicle project on that, and maybe we prove our pard. I don't think we did. I don't think there's 50% poss het pard. I don't think we hit pard on that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until all of these babies have had their first shed and had their first meal, and then I'm going to do a video on them. And that note, from me guys, it's Cole, North Coast Constrictors from South Africa. I hope you all have had a great weekend and look forward to the week ahead. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.